Welcome to the Founders Table podcast, where we unveil the insights behind entrepreneurship and becoming the CEO of your own life. Subscribe to our channel and follow us on Instagram and TikTok for more.
It's been a couple weeks.
It's been a couple weeks, and it's been an eventful couple of weeks.
Well, you had your Founders Table trip, but before that, you had another trip, and it was an amazing story that you have to tell.
Yeah, so it's crazy. So
this is amazing.
So I got arrested. And I'll tell you how it happened. Well, actually, technically, I didn't get arrested, but the closest you could get to being arrested.
So I told many friends of mine the story, but I mean, I didn't have like every detail like you do.
Yeah.
And people were like, "What the fuck?" I was like, "How awesome is that?"
Dude, it was. I've been through some wild experiences in my life, and this is a chart topper. Like this is a story of all stories. I almost feel like, I now have a story that's, accretive to the stories that you've been able to tell. It might not be as good as the cop car story.
This is a good one.
But it's pretty damn good. So, where do I even begin?
Well, we were together for Naveen's birthday.
That's right.
We did a bonfire by the Beachcomber, and you were leaving the next day to go to Phoenix to go meet with a client.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
And then that was it.
Yeah. So that's right. We had a beautiful bonfire, beautiful birthday celebration. So I was heading out to Scottsdale to go visit a client, and every time I go there, I stay with a dear friend of mine, and he's got this beautiful property in Scottsdale, and it's got a detached casita. So it's like this 1-bedroom, 1-bath apartment. It's gorgeous. Overlooks his pool, and you can see his house, and it's on the backside of the property.
It's all glass, right?
Yeah, it's like those pocket doors,
Yeah.
that look out into the pool, and it's got its own entrance. And so my friend, who I typically stay with, is the most organized person on planet
Is he
Earth.
really?
Oh my God.
Meeting him, I would think that he's the opposite.
Oh no, he is like anally organized.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, like to the fact, or to the point where when you stay with him, he sends you like a Google Doc, and this is like a 6-page Google Doc.
Really?
Oh yeah, and
like rules.
And it has gate codes, garage codes, alarm codes. It has places to eat, things to do. You want to go to the zoo on Tuesday? There's a discount. Like down to how long to microwave the popcorn so you don't burn it. I mean,
really,
like that. That level.
I didn't know he was like that.
Oh my God, he's a total savant creative, and so he's like he's super anally organized, right? And he's like one of my best friends in the world, and I've stayed there multiple times. So I know the drill. He knows the drill, and he's also a calendar like Nazi. I mean, like everything goes into the calendar. I wouldn't be surprised if he has like brushing his teeth and wiping his ass like in the calendar. And so he's engaged, and just to let you know like how well I know this couple, I'm actually officiating their wedding.
Yeah.
All right. So I let him know in advance I'm coming out, and I told him, he said, "When are you going to be here?" I said, "I might come in Wednesday for sure, but I'm thinking I might come in on Tuesday." And he's like, "No problem, not a problem. Like, the drill. Here's sends me the Google thing again, which is helpful because I lost it 7 times. But he goes, we're going to be gone. We're going to be in New York. So just, have a run of the place. You can use my car, the whole 9. So I'm like, perfect. So I still even gave him a heads up because I did change my flight to come in Tuesday night rather than Wednesday morning. So I gave him a heads up, said, "Hey, dude, just want to let you know I'm going to be there tonight. No problem. Place is yours. Have a good time." So I take the last flight out of Orange County, and I get into Scottsdale, I don't know, 9:30, 10 o'clock. And so by the time I get to his house, it's at 10 or a little after 10 o'clock. Not super late, but obviously not super early. So you can come in the main house, or you can go around the side, and there's a locked gate with a keypad, and then there's also a keypad on the door of the casita. So I get dropped off in the Uber. I walk around the back, boop boop boop, hit the gate code, go to the casita, boop boop boop, hit the gate code to go into the casita. Well, I'm in there, and I got I set my bag down. I got my backpack on. You know me, I wear mostly all black, and I've got my cell phone flashlight on, like trying to find the lights, and then I go into the room. I unpack my bag. I'm there for like 30 minutes, right? I'm there for 30 minutes, and so I'm thinking they're gone and not a problem. So I go in. I sit down on the pot because I'm, got to take care of my business. And I just like had like pulled my pants down. And keep in mind, I've been there for 30 minutes, right? I just sit down, and all of a sudden I hear this dog like ferociously barking. And I'm like, I didn't know they had a dog. Where's this dog coming from? But they're on a corner, so, and the casita's in the back of the house. So I was like thinking it's a dog walking along the sidewalk, or it's like a neighbor's dog, And I'm like, what is going on? I still haven't. I now I'm kind of like like on alert, but I'm still not thinking anything. And the barking gets louder and it gets closer, And I'm like, what is happening? Then I hear this, get the fuck out of the house. You might have to bleep that. These weren't my words. These were someone else's words. And they're like, get the fuck out of the house now. And still, I'm thinking this is like a disturbance, like not a disturbance. I think it's like a dispute, like a neighborhood.
Like a neighbor dispute, wife and husband argument or something.
This is like a nice neighborhood, so I thought it was like the dog's barking because the husband's upset and he's kicking the wife out. And then I hear, you have 3 seconds to get out of the house now, or we're releasing the dog. I'm like, shit, what is going on? So I pull up my pants, and I walk around the corner, and dude, I was like shocked. In the backyard, there is 15, no less than, this is no exaggeration, 15 Scottsdale SWAT department, like guns drawn, like AR-15,
laser,
a red laser dot on the center of my chest. They're in every corner. They're in every corner of the backyard with their flashlights like shining in my face. I can hear some coming around the backside of the casita, and I've got my cell phone in my hand, I immediately drop my hand and I put my hands up, and they're like, open the door. I'm like, I can't open the door. My hands are up, And they're like, open the door now. We're sending the dog. I'm like, I can't open the door. My hands are up, And like, I can hear them and they can hear me, but it's, we're talking through glass. They're like, reach over with your right hand. So I reach over and they're like, step out, into the backyard.
Dog's still barking like crazy.
There's 2 of them, dude, and they've got these dogs, and dude, they're full guns drawn.
Oh my God!
And they're like behind, they're like taking like, combat cover. They're like behind pillars. One's ducked behind the table, guy God. Over in the corner, ducking down behind the couch and the patio furniture. And I'm like, what the fuck, dude? So
Is your heart just beating through your chest?
Well, kind of, but not at first when I saw all of them, like, and keep in mind, by the way, okay, like let's not glaze over this fact. Charlie Kirk had just been assassinated,
yeah.
And
a couple of days before that.
And his funeral is in
Phoenix.
Is in Arizona.
It's right there, yeah.
Right? So like everybody, the country, like, and these, Deputy Do-Right cops are like on full like
red alert.
A red alert, and like, and dude, I'm thinking the only thing I was nervous about was like I didn't want to make like some crazy quick move and have some trigger happy Charlie like
of course
put one into my chest, and so like I knew I wasn't in trouble, because like I was supposed to be there. So anyway, they're like, walk to my voice. So I walk to their voice, get down on your knees. I get down on my knees, and then they come and they tackle me, tackle me, put me in the handcuffs. They got their knee like on my chest, like gun pointed at my head.
Holy
and the rest
shit.
of them are pointing their guns, and they're like, are you alone? I'm like, what? They're like, are you alone? I'm like, yeah. Or like, why'd you hesitate? I'm like, dude, you guys just tackled me. Like I'm, like I'm supposed to be here, and they're like, is anybody with you? And I was like, no, nobody's with me. You got any guns? No. Any drugs? And I'm like, no, like, and then they went through and they sweeped the entire casita. They brought the fucking dog. They let the dog, run in. And they go through the entire house. Meanwhile, like I'm just handcuffed, and I'm not saying anything, right? Because I know better in that situation just to like let it figure itself out. But dude, when they handcuffed me, like it was I don't know if it was a new cop or whatever, but they got my thumb like caught like in the handcuff like this. the handcuff was upside down, so the chain was twisted, so it was extra tight, and I was on the ground, and my wrist literally felt like it was gonna break. And I said, hey, like you're breaking my wrist, and they're like, shut up. And I was like, listen, like I'm telling you, like I've been in handcuffs before. Like something is wrong. Like my thumb is in here, and my right here on my wrist. Like I'm like it's gonna break. I can't move. You're not supposed to move. Shut up. And I'm like seriously. Like I'll fully comply, but you have to redo this. Like you have to. My wrist is breaking. And like finally, this kind of more senior cop comes over to you. Like he whispers like, "What did you do?" And she's like, "I think it's upside down." And he's like, don't move. I'm like, no, I won't move. Like they're like, you better not move. I'm like, I won't move. You know, like just please, like it hurts so bad, you know. And then they started to try to like, you know, take it off, but the key, like it was the opposite way. And I said, no, you have to take off this one. Like you have to take off my left. Take off my left. And they're like, you're just trying to get out of the handcuffs. I'm like, I'm not. I swear to you,
Oh my God.
my wrist is breaking. You know. So they're like, they get back, they're still on me, but they like pin my shoulders down. They unlock this one, and he's like, oh shit, it's upside down. You know? And then they re-handcuff me, right? So now I'm like, dude, I can finally like breathe. I've never felt like pain like that. Like,
it was that bad,
yeah,
huh?
like
just
my thumb is actually like, I still don't have feeling in it.
Really?
Yeah, like they did something. Anyway, we'll save that for another story. So then they stand me up, and they sit me down, and they're like, what are you doing here? I'm like, I'm staying here. They're like, but you're not supposed to be here. I'm like, yeah, I am. They're like, how did you get here? And I was like, I flew here. And they're like, well, how did you get in? I said, if you guys unhandcuff me, like, I will show you my cell phone. I've got a 6-page Google document. I can recommend Chinese food in the neighborhood. You know, like I have every code to this house. And at this point now, I could hear the alarm, you know, in the main house, like bah, 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 just going crazy.
She set it off. Somebody set it off.
So I'll tell you how this whole thing went down, right? So I hear the alarm going off, and they're like, "You're supposed to be here," and I was like, "Yeah." And they're like, "Who lives here?" I was like, "My buddy." And I said his name. They're like, "Does he know you're here?" I'm like, "Absolutely." And they're like, "Well, why did the alarm trip?" I'm like, I have no idea. Like, it's not going off in there, you know. And I didn't hear it, you know. And they're like, do you know that if anybody's home? I'm like, no, they're gone. They're like, oh really? They're gone? And I was like, well, yeah, like they said they were gonna be gone. And they know that you're gonna be here. And I'm like, yes. Like I said, listen. And they're like, what about his wife? I was like, well, he's not married. I said, I'm marrying these people. Like I know these people. You know, like I'm telling you, I'm supposed to be here. And they're like, well, would his wife recognize you? I said, absolutely. Like I'm officiating their wedding. And they're like, all right, stand up. So they open the gate that I came in, and there's my buddy's fiance, and she's has nothing on but a towel and the most terrified look on her face, and she's like, Nick Long, what are you doing here? And I'm like, I'm supposed to be here. And she's like, what? And she's just like, and then she sees me, and she like runs over to me and like just like collapses in my arms, and she's bawling. She's bawling.
She was so scared.
She's so scared. So here's how it went down. My buddy didn't tell her.
Meanwhile, the most organized guy in the world.
The most organized guy, the most calendared guy that you could ever think of, doesn't tell her that I'm coming, right? And so I don't know what happened, but she didn't fly out with him. So he's in New York. He's asleep, right? He's dead to the world.
It's 3 hours later, yeah.
It's 3 hours later. She's getting ready. She's leaving at 4 a.m. She locks up the house, and she sets the alarm, right? Because she's home alone, attractive young female. Nobody's in the house with her. Sets the alarm. She gets ready to get in the shower. She just got in the shower, and all of a sudden, whoop, 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 the alarm starts going off. And she's like, what the hell? You know, so she looks out of her bathroom window, and I actually have video of this. You can see her look out of her bathroom window. At the moment, I had walked in, and I've got my backpack on. all black, in my flashlight, going through.
You look like a fucking burglar.
I look like a burglar. So the alarm company calls her and says, hey, is this a false alarm? And she goes, no, like there's a home invasion happening right now. I'm home alone, and they're like, they go, can you get out of the house? Now she's hearing noises. She thinks there's more people. She thinks they're in the main house and in the casita, right?
Yeah.
So they're like, can you get out of the house? And she's like, I'll try. So she locks her bedroom door, doesn't even get dressed, throws a towel on and jumps out of the bedroom window. She jumped out of the bedroom window and ran out of the backyard. Oh my! It's so funny because she was telling the story that like she was gonna try to jump the fence, but she's like 5'1". She's like trying to get the latch, and she's like in the towel. Meanwhile, I feel so terrible. She's terrified for.
Dude, can you send her the video so she could put the clips?
Oh yeah, I'll send it all to her. I'll send it all to her, dude. So she calls 911, and they got like full on SWAT team, full on SWAT team, full regalia, mounted up, and dude, you see them coming up the driveway because it's all caught on different ring cams, and they're ready. So they think they're coming into this massive home invasion, and what they really walked into was a massive misunderstanding. Oh my
god, dude!
Yeah,
bro. Yeah. One wrong move, they could have fucking just clipped you,
dude. If I would have, and here's the other scary part I think of.
Damn.
Right? So let's just say, I'm sitting on the pot doing my business, and I can't get up fast enough, right?
Yeah.
They would have sent the dog in.
That dog would have fucking ate your fucking dick off.
Dude, he would have like I would be in the hospital.
Yeah, for sure.
There's so many different scenarios that this thing could have gone horribly wrong. Like I am so grateful that it did it. Like. And so my buddy, meanwhile, he's sound asleep in his hotel in New York. He wakes up to like 17 missed calls from the alarm company, 162 from her, me, text messages from me, like what the dude. And you got a good friend when his message back to you is him cracking up. And he's like, dude, he can't even get the words out. He's like, I'm so sorry. He's like,
he's a funny guy.
Yeah, and he goes, I normally put it in the calendar. I didn't. He didn't put it in the calendar. And the irony of that was like, she was like, they were asking her, they had her kind of like sequestered and safe. And then they had me pinned down at gunpoint. And they're asking her, like, are you sure? Like, this guy's saying he's supposed to be here. And she's like, no way. It's not in the calendar. It's not in the calendar. It's not in the calendar. My fiance always puts it in the calendar. And so I texted my buddy. I was like, dude, literally, the calendar is now a matter of life and death.
Wow, dude. Yeah. That is amazing.
So then it's all settled. I'm apologizing to her. She's apologizing to me. I go back into the casita, and I'm like, like my adrenaline's on an all-time high, and then there's a knock at the door, and I open it up, and the police are there again. I'm like, what now? And they're like, listen, we pointed guns at you, so we have to do a full report. And I'm like, fair enough. I should have told him about my thumb, but I.
Were they cool afterwards though?
Oh yeah, they were like.
Were they laughing?
They were kind of laughing, and they were kind of like, man, you guys got to like be better communicators, because I think they were ready.
Yeah, of course.
I think for them it was.
They're waiting for those phone calls.
Yeah, so I mean, the Scottsdale police can thank me for their training exercise, like their real life simulation.
Holy
so
shit.
Let that be a lesson to you. Keep it in the calendar, or run the risk of getting shot.
Oh my god, dude!
Can you believe that?
Fucking great! You got to send the videos.
I will. No,
I saw some of them. They're fucking funny.
I'll send.
They're not funny, but I saw them. I was like, oh my god.
The next.
You see them?
Yeah. The next day. I mean, they got ring cameras all over this spot.
Yeah.
Like I think if the timing of it had to be so perfect, because if she wasn't in the shower, right? Like she probably would have saw the ring cam and been like,
who was that?
I'll be like, oh, that's Nick, because she would have saw me with a roller bag, a backpack.
Yeah.
But like the way it all went down is she
got in the shower, alarm went off, saw a flashlight outside.
Guy dressed in all black walking through the house. The alarm company calls. She jumps out the window. Like, can you imagine this poor little thing? Like, Oh my God! So
that's amazing.
Somehow I got to incorporate this into the wedding speech.
Yo, you have to. When is it?
The bachelor party's this weekend.
Where?
In Vegas.
In Vegas.
Yeah, and then the wedding's I think the firk week of November.
You going to Vegas this weekend?
Yeah.
I mean, that's your boy.
That's my boy.
Oh my God, bro, that is so funny.
Yeah.
I've been waiting to do the podcast so you can tell the story, man. It's amazing, dude.
So that's it, folks. Make sure that you put it in the calendar, or else the SWAT team's coming after you.